and this is the very first video about Midgard Rising Classic, which is coming back as NFT game. This is a login screen. You just log in. For the alpha test, which should be this or the next week, we have one server, which is both PvE and PvP. Later on, with beta and release, of course, we plan to have a more server, as many as needed for players, and also there will be both PvE and PvP players. PvE means players versus environment, and PvP player versus player. So let's go in. Right now, this is new account. I don't have anything on it. Let me show you the choices you have and some customization for some characters. So first of all, in Midgard Rising, there's a conflict between Fury faction and Alliance faction. Fury faction includes orcs, blood drag, which are essentially vampires, and the dark elf. On the Alliance side, there are dwarves, humans, and elves. Let me show you quickly preview characters, and then let's select one, show you classes and a menu, user interface, and initial spawn area. So first of all, this is the orc, this is a female, this is a blood drag, female, male. And also notice that the starting gear is essentially naked, meaning that the characters on the starting screen does not have any gear at all. This is this is the dark elf, female, and here's the human, female, male, dwarf, and the female elf. So let's try. For me, I will choose for this demonstration, I will choose the human. So on the screen, the next screen, you see the classes. There are 7 classes in the Midgard Rising game: Confessor, Fighter, Mage, Rogue, Templar, Necromancer, and the Ranger. And you can read on the right side what those classes do. What is worth mentioning is the last 2 classes, the Necromancer and the Ranger, they have so-called combat pets. So Necromancer can summon minions, and the Ranger can tame beasts and animals in the game world. They are leveling up with the Ranger, and they can use them in combat. The same with the Necromancers. Let's say for me, for right now, I will choose for this test Fighter and continue. And here are different customization options you can choose right now. Face, different faces, different facial hair, skin color, hairstyle, hair color is more visible there. I would choose a few random ones and see which one I like. Let's say choose this one, and then let's continue. Here you enter the name. I will choose it. The name is just human 1. And it says the character was created successfully. Please note that on this screen, most of this button doesn't work. Midgard Rising used to be a free-to-play game, and just right now it is coming back as NFT game. We remove those buttons later on, but in alpha test, those buttons are still there, so those buttons doesn't work. We make an unstuck character work probably later in the alpha, maybe in the beta. Switch will of course work, but because there is only one game server, you cannot really use this. So let's play it. Let's enter the game world, and when the new character spawns, it spawns in this kind of a cathedral building. There's not much to do there except for getting initial quest and training, which is very important. So right now I will show you first the user interface, which you can see. Again, those things, except maybe for Unstuck, will not work in alpha. Leaderboard will come in beta, and this is how you get the whitelisted for the NFT World of Midgard. This is a leaderboard based on the gear score. So let's go quickly through the menus. Item shop doesn't work in Midgard Rising, and later on probably it will be where you go to the interface when you can connect your NFTs, and you can use those NFTs actually to get the in-game items. Here is just going back to this place there. Let's go back to menu. Here is your main character stats. This is on the left and right side. This is what you equip. Right now, as you see, I have only this sword, and the character is pretty much naked. There is no any armor. And this is what is important for you, which is stats. This is a very deep game. This is not like a smash button game. I will quickly show you what characters have. You have HP, might, dexterity, vitality, wisdoms, will, which are the basic statistic, but there is a lot more than this in this game. Armor, of course, is all the strength of all armors you are wearing. And here, there is many different statistic stats, which is the deterrence. In the game, there are a lot of different magical elements. Essentially, there are 5 different magic in the game, which can be either on the items, can be on the spells which we attacked with by other characters, like a magic character, like a mage, for example, or also magical characters in the game, like the mobs and the bosses. Later on, it will be very important in the raids. When you have boss which have ice magic, you want to have high on magic data and so on. I will not bore you right now with all of this, but this is very, very deep game, and you will learn all of this. Your damage, your haste, melee strength, strike score, and so on. This is fighter essential statistics. Mage is different. Master is how proficient you are using your items. And these are range items. They are kind of different, important for the fighter only to strike, be able to strike with the range, but actually they are very, very different for the range characters, like a range, right? Extra damage deal, which coming from the items, and maybe the items or spells you actually have on you and they did not expire. Those are statistic space strike score, which comes mostly from combination of items and what you can do. Critical also comes from your statistics and the items. Rush score also items. Egg is essentially defense, which is very, very important for the tanks. You want to maximize if you're tanking, because it is helping you not only to resist some of the damage coming in, but also to avoid it completely in some cases. Dodge is also important for mitigation, because you have actually 0 dodge when you are dodging the attack. Deflect is essentially when you're deflecting with your either weapon on the shield. Chance to block is only for weapon for the tanks. Flexibility, gold, mithril, prestige. Prestige, how high you are, how are your standings with the PvP combat, and PvP kills, the number of kills in PvP against other players. Gear writing. This gear writing is very important for many instances, game raids, because you will not be able to enter portal if your gear rating is too low. Obviously, you want to survive inside, right? So you will need to build this gear rating from the gear. It's only based on the gear. It's not based on your statistics or skills. And this is currently what my noob character level 1 has, which is those stats on this. Also, what is important to mention, that every weapon needs different training. So right now he has two-hand sword, but of course when you attack with a sword you train it, and this is maximum I can train on level 1 character. When I have 2 I can have 10, right? And let's move on. This is for later. Let's move to for later, because here actually you have a list of quests. I do not have any quests right now, so this is empty right now. And here is the screen with your spells and your traits. Traits essentially is like improvement, permanent improvement to character based on your choices. those unlock starting from level 10. So you have, this is actually tank. So this is tank 3. This is the PvE DPS, meaning players versus environment, and the power is essentially PvE when you are fighting mostly the other characters, and this is your rating, how much you spend and how much you have left based on your level. So as you level up, starting from level 10, you will accumulate those traits and you can spend them on those traits. Some of them has more than one. Because my character is character at level 1, you cannot do it. What are my current spells? Every spell has different levels of the spell. Those are level 1 character, and I don't have any other levels of those spells, right? You will learn all those later. I will make several, like maybe ton of different videos explaining actually how to play the game. Then you go to your class spells. Class spells are only spells which are available for your class, not for other class. General can be general spells like jumping, like using items and so on. Here are class spells only available in your class. Here are items you are wearing right now, and beings are your pets. Your pets which you essentially get from the drops, I mean. For example, for a drop, you can get the crate for the dog. And for non-combat pets, those are pets like a dog, cat, dragon, and so on. But they are just following you. They don't combat for the non-combat class characters, but for the necromancer or the ranger, you actually can have combat pets and they will also be there. This doesn't work right now. You can go to free mithril. This mithril can be, think of like for example, your token, right? They are not working right now. And alfs, like end game boost, your permanent boost to your character, which you are selecting the large glyph and small glyph, will come later. I will not make this video because getting is complicated. You will learn as you go along. So this is it for the screen. Let's go to the next screen. And this is essentially a social screen also needed for the raids and for the crafting. So for raids, those are big raids. Those end games, you will not be going to raids until level 60. For the alpha game, you will have only 60 level. The game is right now coded for the level 80 maximum, but for alpha and probably for the main release, we'll do a level 60. Maybe for beta we'll make 70 or 80, we'll see. But essentially this is right info is not active because I'm not in right. And change to right, you are not in right group, so you cannot do it, right? So let's go back to the social. Guilds is actually very important to be in the guild. This is social play, right? If there are guilds, you want to join them, you can communicate. The guilds, they have special channels for discussing just with a guild member. They have guilds vaults with the guild's item, which can be translated to a guild's NFT later on. But you want to be in a guild. I will not do this. You will not continue on guilds on this video. I will make separate one of this. And then you have the crafting. There are two main crafts you can have, for example, like mining, skinning, making armors, like hard armor or cloth armor and so on. I will not talk more about this in this video. More videos coming. And the second craft, essentially, right now, which I have, is bandaging and riding. There are several more, like cooking, fishing, and so on. So let's keep going. Friends screen, essentially the same. You go use this one. Friends screen is when you can add friends, remove friends, whisper friends, put not over friends, invite them, for example, to become your friends. Also, you can ignore. This is a very important button. If somebody is ignoring you, ignore is both blocking whispering to you and blocking the messages in the public chat. So after you ignore, you don't see them at all. They are just gone. And the last on this screen is Battle Zone. Battle Zone is essentially capture the flag right now for this one battle zone is 10 by 10 capture the flag. You will not be able to enter the battle zone until level 10 or 15, I don't remember right now, and then you essentially join the battles and fight other players on the battleground, right? Later on probably will be arenas there as well. This is the screen I showed you already, and then the final one I want to show you on this video is the game option. This is model distance. It was mostly made back in the day for the mobile devices. Right now this game, why design it for mobile mostly in the past, right now it is released only on the Mac and PC because it is becoming the NFT game, and those big platforms, most of them does not allow, like Apple Store, that does not allow the NFTs, and also we want to add much more quality to better models to the game, so we will not be making the, right now at least, there are no plan to make it mobile like it was. Then at demo numbers, if you want to show, see them. Music, there's a great music. It's playing right now for me. You are not hearing it because Quick Play, which I'm using on Mac to record it, does not record the in the app audio. SoundNX, you want to have this music volume, how loud it should be. FX volume, you can set it right there. Self-portrait touch, essentially it's important if you want to have extra spells on your portrait, so like self-casting, do nothing. I will make a separate videos on this to complicate it from this video. You have target portrait touch. For example, you can touch on target portrait like enemies, all your friends, and you can choose spells to self-cast or automatic cast on spells. So you don't have to go to your menu and cast, for now do nothing. Party portrait cast. It is essentially when you are playing in the dungeon party, you want to cast some spell on the party member. If you are a healer, maybe it is a good idea to send healing spells on your party member, or maybe buffs and stuff like this. I will make a separate video again. How many charge rows you want to on the screen? You have 1, 2, 3, 4 even fixed rows on the screen. Sometimes those rows may become disturbance. It was mostly done. Let me go through rows right now. It was mostly used for the mobile because mobile screen has limited chat screen, so we will do this. And then if you want to panel backgrounds, you want to use vibration on the mobile devices. Obviously, you will not have vibration on the PC unless you have vibration mouse, for example, or you're using, instead of mouse and keyboard, you are using like a gamepad, so maybe it will be working for this. And show play FX, it was, of course, you want to have it on. It was mostly done for the low-end mobile devices back in the day to save on to increase the frame per rate, and show other prices for the same reason. And this is actually one you will use your quest arrow. So when you have a questing, you want to go hardcore and try to find the quest giver and quest by yourself, or you can have an arrow actually pointing you to the quest. In the back of the day on first version we didn't have it. It was a community request to have it for some those who want to find the places, so we made it. And this is it for the user interface. Let's go back to the screen. And this actually will be exiting the game. I will not do it right now. I will cancel logout and go back to the screen. This is almost it for this video. Only 2 more things to show you on this video. This is a dummy. You can actually train on dummy like you want to attack them if you want. Just to learn to use the buttons. For now we'll not be using it. So let's go on. Let's go to the trainer. Every class has own trainers, and you see around a lot of different trainers, a lot of merchants. I'll make separate video for this as well later on. The trainer is essentially, it is learning, teaching you double click, teaching you spells. This trainer in this spawn area only is teaching up to level 5. You need to have a gold, of course, to buy the train. I don't have any gold probably right now, so I cannot do it. But essentially your training spells, there's only a few spells there because you can only learn up to level 5, but only to level 1 are showing because my level is level 1, right? So I cannot see more. And those portals in the spawn zone are leading to different zone of initial starting zone. Those 3 zones actually does not work for player versus player for PvP. They work just for training. Only after you leave them, then you will be able to PvP. So let's try if I can go to the zone like 1, and I will end video right there. So I am right now in starting zone. As you see, those are different quests I can get. I will not do quests right now, but I will show how to do it. So let's click this one, World Veteran. Actually, this quest is also right after spawn, because this quest is only going to somebody, right? I will take it, quest, just go to other guy who give you a quest. And when you see the question mark, and then when you will be getting actually quest, just go to quest. Last thing I want to show you on this starting initial video is how to operate the mailbox. It's the mailbox. You click on this. You can either compose on exit right now. So compose, you can compose the mail. How much cost to send is 30 gold to send the mail. You can attach items or just send the message and send it. You can exit it. I cannot really do anything else right now because I am level 1. There is nothing in my mailbox. If I have stuff on mailbox, it will actually show the items there. So thank you guys. This is the very first video to show you how to start playing, how to spawn. Then I will show you around this level 1 to level 3 area to make you accustomed. Okay, maybe last one thing is to show you that those items are showing you where are the closest quest givers and quest takers. These items like question marks says that you can return a quest and what quest I can get. Thank you guys again. You can see you in the alpha play. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.